Good morning, Rando fans. We are here today, week 6. We are going to be watching this match between the Boing Boing Boingers and Spoilers Luck, with So and boothisman representing each team, respectively. They are both currently second place. They're tied for second place in their division, only one game separating them from the leaders. So this game should be quite fun. My name is Kona Taran, and I am joined here by Smirk. Smirk? JD? How do you wish to be referenced?
Yeah, Smirk is fine. Smirk is fine. A lot of people say Smirk JD, but most I think say just Smirk, which is good. Thank
Oh,
you.
hey, yes. We're playing pseudo boots cross keys. So you'll be able to see that the runners will be. Ooh, oh wow! Right off the bat, we have mirror and a bottle. Pretty good items to get pretty early. Mirror makes
Yeah,
routing just a whole lot easier when you find dungeons, and the bottle obviously good for just general safety as well as being able to check Sitkid once we find him. So that won't be a concern.
and
Buddhist
this,
immediately going to Houlihan. Uh,
yeah, it's actually what I was gonna say. It's a really good spot for Sanctuary there to just follow it up right into a Houlihan play.
oh,
So I was gonna
absolutely.
get information here soon.
We never know when we're gonna be needing that money, and especially with all of those, usually somewhat dense check areas in the beginning of the game, kind of spread out everywhere. We don't know if we're going to be getting any money, so being able to have that extra cash on hand for bottle merchant is going to be just good.
Absolutely.
So, back to my solution of pseudo boots. You'll notice So is running around, but he doesn't have a sword. He doesn't even have boots yet. He can't actually bonk like any of the checks, but they can run. It's just something so that you know there's a lot of running around. It's cross keys, so it just makes it so that they're a little bit nicer to play. Go fast.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the pseudo boots concept, the pseudo boots were designed to be able to basically give you the mobility of the boots without any of the routing or let's see, logical implications of the boots. So you can't do
Uh,
your typical like bonk checks and things like that, but you can move fast. So helps
yeah.
out with cross keys a little bit.
Ooh, that was paradox.
That was Paradox. And so does have a golden bee, but no bombs, so he won't be able
Oh
to get down into that first room.
no, you could check the top, but I mean, it looks like they are opting to go check other entrances before they go back. And wow, we have a vanilla Saha hut with a green pendant ice, or yeah, green pendant ice palace, which is good information to have.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those places you want to find early so you can get your green pendant information and, hopefully be able to get into the back. That's one of those implications, like I said before, with pseudo boots, you can't actually bonk into that wall back there to break it open. So said, all right, I'm going to go look for bombs somewhere. And I didn't see what this drop down was here that Boo is dropping down into. Looks like
It's
Packwell.
Packwell. Okay, that's a pretty good one to find. Now, Boo, I believe, took that money that we were talking about earlier and actually bought bombs at a shop somewhere,
Yeah,
which
outside this
again,
house.
very useful to have. Ooh, finding the lamp as well.
Early lamp. Interesting.
That's
So
nice because now when you find those dark caves, you'll actually be able to know which one is going to be Uncle and give us access to that mountain.
exactly. And I don't think Boo has any issues with dark rooms at all, but the lamp does have a lot of routing implications, logical implications in cross keys, and an early lamp generally means you're going to find some goodies behind those dark rooms. So generally, not always, right?
Yeah, it definitely opens possibilities though. Nothing here in the back of the well though, just a lot of junk. Uh, so did find 3 bombs, which is enough for this Saha hut, and then to go back into Paradox Cave and clear that out. So I imagine we'll be seeing him do that here. Finding the
I mean,
shovel, a GT small, which is useful, but not immediately so.
right, right.
Ooh,
Yeah, an
and
early
that was
shovel.
Swamp. at Hype Cave or Light World Hype Cave.
Yep. Early shovel can be useful too, because you can, try digging around to see if you can dig up some bombs or rubies or arrows if you're in need of something in, a minute. But there we go. We see a dig there.
Yeah. I just bring out my notepad to try and remember where these locations are. Certain things like dungeons and Saha is a good one to know.
So finding the 50 rupee cave here, he did not do the Houlihan start like BOINGERS did. Probably going to be saving and quitting to Sanctuary and getting his mirror here. Maybe. Oh no, he's sticking to Link's house start.
And there's our boots, our real boots, hiding over in Super Bunny Cave. Didn't see where they entered it from, but they are going to be exiting it on Death Mountain.
The right side, East Death Mountain.
Oh, and Turtle Rock and Swamp are 5-6 crystals today.
All right, gonna need that hook shot and flippers. And ice rod.
And ice rod, and fire rod.
Yeah.
And
the East Death Mountain is
and a lot of stuff.
Place. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah, getting information that Turtle Rock is a crystal is always like, oh man, that means I have to find a lot of things.
All the things.
There's So using his double speed danger hearts.
Was he actually? Oh god, no, let's just move that. Turn that volume right on down. Oh.
Oh, blue mail. All right, well, hopefully you won't get that low. But yeah, it was unfortunate for BOINGERS taking a death at East Death Mountain. It's not necessarily too crazy hard to get back up there. It's just, it is a little bit of a time loss dying there, but it's a really challenging place to be at 3 hearts. Those like little crab jumping things do 2 hearts of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did find our first glove here in Paradox Cave.
Ooh.
And a nice bomb throw to get both mold arms in one go.
Sometimes the tracker does eat inputs and stuff like that, so the left tracker might be having some technical difficulties here, but no worries at all. Hopefully we'll get that updated soon. And an ether medallion here at the hammer pegs. Oh, it looks like tree poles are also 4 bombs. So a little bit of a tidbit of information here. I know these 2 runners personally, both of them. So is a Brazilian. Me being a Brazilian, he's definitely helped me with a lot of different things, helped teach me lots of stuff. And BOINGERS, I also have played many matches with BOINGERS. Super fun guy. He's kind of a jokester, but he is German. So we have a Brazil versus Germany today. It's kind of like World Cup feelings, right?
And I believe that was a Ganon drop down at Lumberjack?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. No, I think maybe that was the Lumberjack. Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, Lumberjack. So we are going to be seeing Aga 1 today.
We will see Aga 1, absolutely. Oh, speaking of Ice Rod, there in the 4th chest of Thieves Town for So.
Yeah. Now, forgive my ignorance here, but is this fast Ganon or not?
It is fast Ganon, but
it is fast Ganon. Okay.
Yeah, if Ganon happened to be in the vanilla pyramid spot,
yeah, so
do GT. But
we don't need to finish GT, maybe, but we don't. We definitely do need to finish Aga Tower. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We still need all crystals, but we don't necessarily have to do Aga Tower.
Right. Now, whatever happens to be behind the pyramid dropdown, which we still haven't fully discovered yet, that could be required.
Yeah, we've seen Cackwell, which is kind of the big one.
Mm-hmm. I think it might be pushed back. But we're not sure. We haven't seen the 2 dropdowns in Kakariko yet, so.
No. Magic Bat. I think we've seen Useless Fairy as well. That was the Lost Woods one, I believe. So we still have Thief, Magic Bat, and Clippers.
Ooh. Both of them simultaneously finding 5-item caves, so that's pretty cool. Blind's Hut and Mini Moldorm Cave. We got Flippers in Blind's Hut and the big key to GT in Mini Moldorm Cave. You never really want to find that key.
No, you don't. Not in Cross Keys.
So this means they're what? They already have a fire source. They already have the big key. They're a bow from putting Mini Helmosaur Room in Logic, because you don't need any small keys for that.
Oh, there's Lumberjack drop down in Kakariko. So that's another one of those. So yeah, Magic Bat, I think, is the one we haven't seen yet.
There's Magic Bat and one more. The one where Capwell normally is. Or not where Capwell, where the Magic Bat normally is. We don't know what that one is. Is that what you just said? I wasn't sure if you were referring to. Oh my gosh, the flute.
Oh, boots and flute.
I mean, this is
all the mobility this seed fairly early. That was in Kakariko too, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Because that's where Boo is. So
he did not take this connector. I get it. It's early. You know, you can come back here pretty quick, especially with an activated flute. You can always just fly to 3 and move over there to the west.
Oh yeah.
Niche lady.
And Magic Bat was vanilla.
Oh, okay. So what does that leave for the pyramid location? Because we saw Uncle.
Thief drop down.
Oh, the Lost Woods Thief. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that is the last one. So there's one item behind finishing GT.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no way of actually looking at what it is.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say too. We don't know. We can't look at it. We can't see what it's there. So, you know, it's one of those things. If you're doing the GT climb, you might as well go ahead and finish it in case that item is required. But it makes doing the GT climb not a huge priority. And this is a great connector here for Boothisman, finding the top of Dark Death Mountain, the floating island, and already having the mirror in hand. So this is a super good connector.
I mean, it's good to be able to, check that item, but we already had kind of access to that area.
Well,
and
not the very top. Not the very top.
Dark Death Mountain. Right. No, not Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah. We had East Death Mountain, the lower area, but we didn't have the top area. And with the mirror, you get both Dark Death Mountain and Light World, regular Death Mountain. So
and we have the back of Skull Woods.
Yep. And what I was going to say on that note is, he's here in Kakariko too. He might find this connector, but he will not have the mirror when he finds it. So he won't be able to check all the things that Boothisman can check with that mirror in hand. Well, here's the other side of Spec Rock.
Yep. Well, so we'll be getting their flute here, which it'll be very nice for them. But they need to get over to
Sanctuary.
No. It was Paradox Cave had boots, right? No, it was
Super Bunny Cave, but
Super Bunny Cave.
The mirror is in Sanctuary Chest, so that's probably the more important one at this point, because the boots.
Yeah, so hasn't quite out and gone to Sank and seen. So they don't even know where Sank pops out of.
They do not know where Sank is at the moment. That's correct.
Okay.
Also, while Boothisman was up on the mountain, he did find out that the end of Spiral Cave lands there as well. So once he finds Spiral Cave, he may decide to go ahead and go through it, knowing that it ends on East Death Mountain, if he wants to finish any checks up there or go back there for whatever reason. Is this a mushroom turn-in? Looks like. Oh, chicken hut over here too.
Now, interesting. So deciding to not pick up that 300 rupees from the Packwell drop down.
Yeah, it's one of those
Wait,
things. I definitely would have done it, but it does take
I
time, right?
feel like this early in, you don't have Zora money yet. That's a fairly easy one to get. So
I agree. But so is definitely one of the like. I'm actually surprised that he's in the Open League this season and not in the Invitational because he is definitely one of those top runners. So, uh, his decisions is like it takes time, and chances are I'll find money elsewhere. I guess. And I guess if he really becomes desperate, he knows that it's there. He can flute there real quick and just drop down and grab it.
this is also true. And we did find
Wait.
a
Go ahead.
connector that was not taken over as well. What were you waiting about?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, but I definitely would have been. I'm like you. I would have definitely just dropped down there and grabbed it right away. Well,
Takes
he's
me
got
time
to
to
go
go get this
50
50
here.
rupees though.
Yeah, early connectors in cross keys is one of those big debate things. Like, when do you really want to follow the connectors? Like depending on where you are, like, and the items that you have in hand, right? Like, you might get locked out. Um, you could get a connector that goes to the dark world, and without the moon pearl, that makes it difficult to traverse. You can get a connector that requires the glove or the boots to go back through. Things like that all play a part in your decision on whether to follow a connector or not.
Yeah. Although I feel like that decision becomes a lot easier when you have things like the mirror and flute active, because that usually means you can get back to certain places rather quickly.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, connectors are more
But
friendly if you have those two items because you can just like, oh, I got the
unfortunately,
dark
though,
world.
who doesn't? Not yet. Well, he's got the flute, but
Nope.
he's missing the mirror. This does look like they're heading over towards Sank, so hopefully they will figure out that Sank is at the useless fairy drop down and get that mirror that
Yeah.
they, could have had a while ago. And I wonder
Mhm.
how that makes how would that make you feel? You realize that you just haven't done that yet.
I mean, I never don't save and quit to Sank after this house, so I would never feel this way because I always go there.
Yeah, I'm just
But,
it's an interesting situation to be able to just find Sank and not have gone there.
yeah, it's one of those things where, in cross keys, one of the first things most people like to do is find out what their drop down locations are. And so, in So's mind, he knows he's going to do this. I was going to say, I'm not surprised that he's jumping directly down into this. He knows where Ganon is.
No, so you
Oh,
can't do that.
don't have real ghosts.
You have boots, but not really.
They're fake.
They're not real.
Now, here, he's going to save and quit. I hope he goes Sanctuary.
I would hope
Because
so. Because if not, then he's like that's okay.
there we
Good.
go. All right, there we go. Get this chest, get that mirror.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting sequence to do that.
And he had already checked this, but didn't have bombs when he was here before. So coming back over here to do chicken house.
Did find Spike Cave over on East Mountain. Or no, that's actually very very close to vanilla location.
That is, yeah, it's just on the light world instead of dark.
And I think it's one cave over too, but
Yeah, and
That,
that.
but yeah, very close.
All right, looks like So is going to be getting his boots here. And a bow and
Ooh.
king's tomb on East or West Death Mountain. So bow in hand, lamp in hand, GT big key in hand. What were we saying before? GT
Oh,
climb.
don't mention it, man. Just because we can't
Okay,
even get to the basement. Like, we don't have
right. No, no, no.
hammer. We can check tile room and hope room and then climb the tower. That's terrible. No one wants to climb GT. Not this early.
Um,
Not with this stuff.
I don't think we can do tile room without the Cane of Samaria, right? Yeah, it's just hope room. It's just
Oh
hope room
right,
and the climb.
we need a cane. I'm thinking fire
Yeah,
rod.
yeah. It's just the climb, and it's only the actual logic is only up till mini Helma room. That said, we do know there is a small key up there, so he could go as far as pre Moldorm 2 if he would like to.
Yeah, because we only have one key, so
Well, we don't have. We did find a small
we
key.
do have a small
Okay.
GT key. Yeah, we picked that up pretty
Oh,
early.
okay.
So
Got it.
we could go further, but not logically because logic assumes you open up that useless key door that connects the left and right sides one floor below your lobby, which also connects the left and right sides.
Yeah.
So if we find a second
But,
key, then I think further rooms are in logic. That second room,
yeah, I'm not
through
entirely
Moldorm 2, I
sure
think.
how many keys.
But
I think after.
only if there's something up there that locks hammer and or King of Samar.
Right, right. Yeah, so the
It's
GTP logic
complex.
gets a little more confusing. Like the first rooms are always easy, you don't need any keys, but then like getting past that, I think everything becomes like 4-key locked, basically. But like I was saying, the lamp and bow does unlock the GT climb to some extent. It also unlocks other things, right? We have like a lot of things in Eastern that are available, especially if you find the big key there. Pod, right side, and the dark rooms are all in logic. Um,
Yeah,
well,
pretty
not in
much.
logic, key logic, but
Yeah.
item logic.
We do have that. So did find that all important first pod key that lets you get into pod if you don't have a pod.
Hey, there's Castle Tower right there at the Bonk Rocks next to Link's house. We know we have to finish this. So is gonna go ahead and do this
With no lamp.
with just
They have
bombs.
not picked up lamp yet.
Okay, he's deciding he was thinking the ice rod could work, but doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, Boothisman getting a sword over here in Vanilla Mini Moldorm Cave, or not Vanilla, it's where Mini Moldorm Cave is, but it was Bonk
Yeah.
Rocks.
Yeah, deciding to do some fake flipper checks here. That will let us, get a few more items and let us check entrances as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Boo that he hasn't gotten his actual flippers. It would make this a little bit faster, and the flippers, as we've seen, are available relatively early.
Did Boo arm Waterwalk?
I don't believe
Or
he
I
armed
guess he was just
Waterwalk.
checking the location. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, he's just doing regular fake flippers.
I'm like, you can't. If something's in there, you can't go back in.
Now, this is interesting because Boo did get all that cash and he did do the Houlihan, so he has enough money for Zora already. Zora Ledge is nothing, but this is not an option that is available to So because of that Ruby situation.
Yeah, it's still not in logic yet either. Well, I guess it is because we do know where flippers are.
Yeah, it's not technically in logic for Boo, but we have a glove and a flippers available.
It's in logic for chat. Ooh, small key. Is it a useful one? Pod.
I'd say that's useful.
It's useful right now, but you don't need all the keys.
Right, yeah. Pod is one of those dungeons where you don't really need all the keys. Hammering up is definitely a thing that you can do. But having more than your opponent could definitely make it more efficient. It can make pod more efficient based on when you find it, right? Let's say we find pod and So has 3 keys, for example, but Buddhisman has 4. Well, Buddhisman
Yeah.
is going to be able to do everything except for like 2 checks in there, whereas
No,
So is going to have to make a
with 4
decision.
keys, if you have bow and hammer, you can full clear pod. Because you can do the
Well, yeah,
hammer
you
jump and you
can.
can skip the front door, which is the 5 and 6.
Right, you can. I mean, most people open that front door regardless. So that would make it a little bit different. But yeah, you can. You do have access to be able to full clear it. And here's the dam that So found. This is important because we've already found Swamp Palace and we already have the flippers. Now we don't have a hammer and we don't have the hook shot, so it's not a priority to go there. But
we also only can check that first key as we don't have the
right,
small
yeah, no small key. Yeah,
you need that key, the small key that's you know, unarguably way more important than the big key.
absolutely.
In any type of key sanity mode.
Mm-hmm. But it is in logic to get that first chest, and that first chest could be something important and required that unlocks the rest of Swamp
Absolutely,
Palace.
and
So-
it's in a not bad spot either. Where was Swamp? World Hype Cave. Yeah, fairly easy to get. I imagine we'll see that not too long. I don't know. We'll see.
Looks like So is doing the old man's rescue here. Did Buddhisman do this?
I think so. They had the lamp time,
Yeah.
so I think it was just a lot
just had-
easier. We didn't.
Yeah. He just didn't save and quit to the mountain yet, right?
I don't think they have.
Okay. This should be the flippers for Buddhisman.
Yeah. Which will put all those flipper checks he did in logic.
Yep. Yeah, the items they have right now are just kind of all over the place, right? Like you have so many weird things that are in logic, but like we have found very few keys overall, right? And like I actually kind of prefer in cross keys finding more keys early on and then finding the items. Because
Yeah.
it
lets you
like,
know
things
that
are in
you
logic
can
are
get
different.
places once you find the dungeons.
Exactly. So it's like right now we have just enough so that like very small portions of multiple dungeons are available and in logic, but you can't clear it all for sure, which means that any of those dungeons could hold, a big important item like Hammer and Pod or, like Canis Maria and Meyer or whatever. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's just a frustrating set of items here.
It very much is. I will concur. But it does appear that the runners are pretty much. Oh, there it is again.
Yep.
The runners
Okay.
pretty much have done everything else that the other one has. Oh, they did find different swords, because this is a sword. This is
No,
the
they
bow.
found the same sword. They found the same sword.
Oh, right. I was thinking
It was
sword
the-
in here, but it was bow. It was the other kind of
Yeah, this one.
similar looking dungeon underground place that had the.
Yeah, Bonk Rocks,
the
King Tomb.
sword.
King's Tomb is
Yeah.
just like a long Bonk Rocks, right?
It's just a long rock rocks, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, that's a good point from Dapper Wormman. The glove is one of the major differences between the two right now. The glove and the lamp, right? And so... Oh gosh, that's another GT small. Oh no, that's the same one that Boo has, okay.
No, that's
Where
their
is it?
second GT small.
Oh shoot, okay, that is the second. I know, Tignaldo, I know. Beep, 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 beep. So likes that double speed. All
Make
right,
sure that you know you are on low health.
Yeah. All right, so we have Dark World for
Ooh,
both
Meyer.
of these. This is Meyer. And it's not in logic without the Moon Pearl, but if you Death Warp, you definitely can explore in here. Which looks like what So is doing. Those boots are there. He can bonk over that hole and go through. So we'll see if you find anything spicy here in Mire. And as we can see up at the top, it is a crystal. So we have 3 crystal that we know about. Meanwhile, boothisman using the mirror glitch to be able to open these checks here. Oh wait, no, never mind. This is the light world. Just kidding.
Did find powder, so you know now that when they get that magic bat, ooh, glove.
Wait a minute. Is that a different glove? Or is that the same glove?
That's a different glove.
So we have flute and mitts and mirror already. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay then.
So that's a lot of entrances over in Mire.
Yeah, Mire and Desert is all.
And
available.
then yeah, because it also gives you access to Desert, the back of Desert. That is a very appealing place to be right now.
Oh yeah,
But
and
not
I mean,
to
the
either runner
game is
because
definitely.
they have found 2 different gloves each.
Well, boothisman is about to find the mitts here in Paradox Cave, so you know.
This is true.
To him, the seed is just like shouting, "Go over to that area." So I suspect we might get a view of that area soon. I mean, I'm guessing the Moon Pearl might be over there.
There's a good possibility.
Which is kind of bad for So at the moment, because boothisman went into the Dark World over in the Village of Outcast area in order to take a connector that. Oh no, he used the mirror over there to get to the race game to be able to get that glove. So I don't know if So checked it when he went over into that area, so he might not know that there is a glove over there.
I don't recall if So has checked race game or not.
Yeah, so that might be a little while before So decides to make that trip. And we haven't really found a whole lot of note here in Mire on So's side.
No, looks like they have gotten everything they do because they, again, don't have that lamp. Can't do cutscene chest.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because that lamp is definitely available, right? So that's something that, you know, they're kind of missing out on just because they don't have that lamp. So Alright, looks like boothisman is choosing to be a little thorough here with his Sphere Zero Light World things before deciding to take the trip over to the Mire Desert Palace area. So did these before. We know the Moon Pearl isn't anywhere here, but this is desert.
Desert.
All right, looks like So is gonna head over to do the water checks, including Zora, now that he got that extra cash. Oh, boothisman opting not to grab the map on Desert Torch. This early on, I like taking the extra time to get the maps and getting the crystal information. But to each their own, right? It could,
That's definitely personal preference. I'm sure, you know, we already have knowledge of 1 of the pendants and 3 of the crystals.
Yeah, we have a pendant and 3 crystals as far as our knowledge is. Well, So does. I don't know if Boo does.
Boo definitely knows the crystals, and they're in this. They just passed by Saha, so I imagine they would have seen the green palace or the green pendant ice palace, unless they just didn't check when they were in there.
It's possible. I mean, I definitely have heard some people prefer to
Ooh,
keep things a
this is a
mystery so it doesn't affect what they choose to do based on pendant or crystal.
yeah. This isn't a bad place to pop out of. I don't believe we have access to East Death Mountain yet, so this gives us access to the top of Hyrule, which is just nothing.
Not
There's
really
nothing up
anything
there.
there, unfortunately.
No.
All right, but here it is. Buddhisman going to the Meyer Desert area, which is my suspicion of where the pearl is.
Hey, look, So's also there, just coming out of the one entrance there that doesn't give you access to the rest of it.
Yeah. Chess game here on Desert Palace with a small key to pod. That's I think three pod smalls already.
I think 3 or no 4. Yeah, I believe that's 4.
Right. They just have 2 different ones, right? 'Cause they
Yeah,
both have
we
3,
know of
yeah.
4.
Pain of
Ooh,
Samaria, checkerboard cave over here in the desert area.
that's where it normally is, though.
Right? Yeah, it's always here.
Always right there. Not one cave over to the right, underneath a rock.
And so remember how I was saying I suspect Pearl is over here? Well, I still suspect Pearl is behind here. So now I think the Pearl is behind the Samaria. Like
So right side GT, Tyro,
right side GT, towel room, somewhere in Turtle Rock. Yeah, one of those things. Yep.
ooh, and the desert is there.
Desert North is here, which is, a place we will definitely... We don't know that we need it, right? Desert could be a pendant, but...
We don't know, but this is so... Now, I imagine we'll also see him quickly coming over to this area as well.
Yeah, he'll probably finish this Dark World area here. And then maybe we'll end up doing the same.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's the Moon Pearl.
It was over here.
There's the Moon Pearl. It was over here. All right, score. All right, well, we have a lot of items.
Oh, and Hera.
Hera here too. And we know that Hera's a crystal. So that's 4 crystals that we know about already.
Man, Meyer is hiding all the goodies.
Yeah. That's what I said. I mean, when the game gives you such an early flute and mids, like, it's gotta be something juicy.
Oh, we do have the small key for Hera, so we can check the basement.
This is interesting, because So does not have that lamp still. So if something is here, this could be a big thing for Buddhisman. Oh, So does have the lamp? Oh, okay. He must have gotten it. I think the tracker must have swallowed that input. Okay, that's good to know. He didn't go into the Meyer left side though. That's... Oh, because... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, I'll leave it up to you. Thank you, by the way, to Dapper Warman and Marcy for doing the tracking for us. They are much better at knowing what the players have than I am. So I'll leave it up to them. But we're down here. We're at the basement of Hera. We're gonna see you. Careful, Boo! Don't die. Oh gosh. Just the shield. I mean, I would be happy with that shield. Fire shield is one of my favorite items to have, but I don't think Boo is very into shields.
Most people aren't. They have like an irrational fear of shields in this game, and
I know. I don't know why. I mean, shields are so helpful. It helps in Swamp. It helps on the fight with Blind. It helps on the GT climb. It helps with so many things. Okay, so
according to So's tracker, they do not have lamp on their own stream. Okay. So I don't believe So has the lamp yet.
Yeah. I like this play by So. I know a lot of people don't like checking Swamp. Oh, there's a key to Meyer. I know a lot of people don't like checking the first chest of Swamp, but it's not the same as it is in a normal seed. In cross keys, you know, it's this entrance here, Light World Hype Cave. You just walk in, right? You don't have to do the whole like go to the Dark World, mirror, open the dam, come back. You know what I mean? So checking that first chest in Swamp, I think is a really good idea in Cross Keys when you have access to it.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it was a minor key, and that is the minor keys are useless. You don't need a key to beat the dungeon.
All right, so we'll be getting his Moon Pearl here shortly. He's in that Mire area, found Dark Room. We did find out that Quake is what's required to enter Mire, and we do already have mitts and a sword, so that Quick Medallion could become important based on what is behind that entrance.
It's a possibility. And there we go. Yep, now So has all 4 of our known mod keys, which is, again, kind of the magic number you need to be able to clear the dungeon.
5 is preferable, but
5 is preferable, but 4 is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
If you have hammer, but you don't yet.
Right. You also need hammer to be able to get to the back. Pod is an interesting dungeon because you can clear 13 of the 14 checks in there with, provided you have enough keys, without the hammer. But, yeah, so it's an interesting dungeon. It's one of those where I feel like you almost always end up double dipping it in an entrance mode and keys mode.
Okay, I'm not sure what So was doing there.
Yeah, I wonder if he was planning on stealing a key. I mean, he hasn't. Did he get the Moon Pearl yet? No, I don't think so. So yeah, he was taking a Death Orb. He's gonna steal a key here. And he might end up deciding to go check the right side of the desert with that key. That's one of those plays where I definitely never do, because I'm too like inexperienced, right? And it's something I would easily forget later. But I've definitely seen a lot of higher, execution, higher caliber players do. I've seen like Vortex of Doom and just
it has its drawback. It's a complicated thing to do.
Now this is an interesting find for boothisman. We have Turtle Rock back with the Canis Amaria and the lamp. You can go all the way down to Crystal Roller Room with this. Nothing too interesting on Laser Bridge, but Crystal Roller is available, and it's notorious for having fun things back there. So we'll see what's there. It's crazy to me. We're 42 minutes into the game, and we have a bow and ice rod, like all these fetch quest items. We have the boots, we have mitts, we have flippers, Moon Pearl, Canis Amaria, lamp. Like, what in the world is going on? Like, we have so many items. This is super, super open. Open seed.
Very open seed.
Looks like Boo is continuing his Dark World loop. Gonna check the Dick game into probably K45 and Stumpy and so on. Yeah, that's a great point, Depperor man, in chat saying, yeah, no big keys though, except for GT. So, and big keys, I like to follow my big keys when I play any kind of keys mode, whether that's cross keys or just key sanity in general. I like to follow my big keys, and right now, basically that means GT climb. But like
we discussed that already, though. No one likes GT climb.
No, I mean, of course not. You don't want to do it. you don't want to do it on a fighter sword. You know, you don't even have fire rod. Like, I don't know. It's definitely not the friendliest time to climb. That's for sure. And you don't have the hook shot, so you can't even go past Mini Moldorm unless you hover or bounce. So yeah. Oh, there's the quick medallion. Oh, right. That's a good point. That is the second Castle Tower small key for Boothisman. Castle Tower is now completable, which we know
not
is
super
required.
useful. We know it's GT. You're gonna need it, but
Yeah,
you only
you're gonna
need
need
one key to actually, check both checks in there.
Exactly. Now, I don't think Boo has been to Castle Tower at all. And here's GT. Oh
We
my gosh.
found it.
All right, well, let's see what
Which
Boo
is
does
great
here.
because it's Light World Bongrux that has like a tower.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I have a tower right
great.
there. All right, looks like Boo's got a Samari out. He's going over to
Tile for tile room.
Good on him. And I wonder if he'll finish, if he'll go ahead and do Castle Tower. I'm not sure.
While you're here and you have a key, I would imagine you would at least go in and check the 2 check.
Yeah, but at that point,
and while you're you might as well just finish it. I guess you might as well just finish it now.
Right. It's one of those things where it's like, you finish it now, but then now your save and quits are gonna land you on the pyramid. But is that something you want? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things to consider.
It's usually not that bad of a thing.
Oh, is Boothisman doing the right side with the lamp?
Oh, are we gonna see? This is really, really, really tricky to do.
It is. It's a spicy play too by Boothisman.
It is so spicy.
I mean, if he finds something big here, that could be huge for him. Like,
yeah, but if you
or hammer,
it's a long time to set this up to try. And it's I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad play. It's just an interesting choice. Because you have to either bomb jump or hover this gap, fall off, back up to the start. Looks like he's bomb jumping. Yeah, because you have to bomb jump over here, light this, respawn at the top, light all the torches on the way down, and you just barely have enough time to make it to that door before it closes. It is extremely tight.
Oh, he didn't quite place the bomb. Okay, so he's got to set it up again. Yeah, there you go, Barry.
Fire shield worth. There we go.
All right, looks like Boot got it. I think he'll be able to do it here.
Hope.
He's almost there. And
not enough time. Yeah, it's so
close,
tight.
So close.
You have to be running pretty much the entire time with using the boots. It's so tight.
Yeah.
Tso15's in the bottle on Pyramid Ledge.
Yeah, in the meantime.
Route number 2, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Anywhere that there's more. Ooh, that knockback. I don't know if
there. It's not gonna. And now he's down to 1 heart as
well. Oh, he did it! Barely.
Just enough. Good job, but he's got to be very careful here. Maybe use.
Let's see if this was worth it. I'm hoping. You have. Oh, I guess you don't have any magic, so that explains why you're doing this.
Yeah, you can't use the Cane Smarter here. He's out of magic. but he gets through. He's got to be careful still. He does have blue mail, so nothing here should kill him outright unless he like falls.
Eat a pod, which is silvers.
Silvers.
Okay, that's not logically relevant, but definitely a time save later.
Yeah, I mean, getting silvers early is a good thing, right? Like if So beats all these different dungeons without the silvers, you know, Boo's gonna be saving time on every dungeon that he beats. By having those. So.
I'm gonna laugh at fire rods right here. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. If the fire rod was just sitting there on the torch, that would have felt so
Boo choosing not to do the climb. Chooses to do the right side lamp strats, but not climbing.
That is the question of the day, Barry Locke. Was it worth the time that he spent to do it? Maybe not, but he did get an extra pod key out of it, and we were just talking about 4 keys versus 5.
I imagine it depends greatly on if So ends up picking up those silvers or not. If So never ends up picking up those silvers, I think he might end up saving time on that.
That's very possible, and just from silvers alone. But then there's also that whole pod concept, right? Like with 5 keys, you don't have to worry about. You can just open that front door if you're gonna full clear the dungeon.
Yeah. So I mean,
I'm there too.
If So doesn't go over there and do that when they have the fire rod, it's like if they're already in go mode and they don't need it or whatever, then I think that will end up saving some time.
Yeah, and
but
also
it's
another
hard
point to consider. It is. It's very hard to say at this point, but another point to consider is if this ends up being like a Master Sword silverless, like where these 2 other swords are just hidden somewhere super deep and weird. Those silvers do actually save quite a lot of time in that case. So can't say for sure right now if it was worth it or not, but it might. It might come into play later. Now, Boothisman is going to go ahead and dip Eastern Palace. I know this is a big, do or don't do for some people. Some people absolutely just see Eastern and walk right out. Others are like, no, I'm definitely checking in it first.
Yeah, but you have everything except for the big key, so you can check every single check except for the big chest and the boss.
Right. Which is what you can normally do anyway. And in the key sanity
mode, that's what? There's 4 checks in here?
4, yeah. 4 you can check, 2 you cannot. And you never know. The big key could be in here, right? So...
Could.
Yeah, I'm an Eastern dipper myself. I like to go in. I've definitely had both cases happen where I'll go in and I find absolutely nothing, and other cases where I go in and I find a really nice item like a hammer or the boots or the hook shot or something really cool. So I definitely like Eastern.
Palace.
Yep.
We already know about Ice Palace?
We know that it was the green pendant. We didn't know the location, so just found it. I don't think Boothisman has found it yet.
And a Meyer was a crystal there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Meyer we knew about.
And Pod is a pendant. Oh, yeah. That's more information.
Oh?
And there's the pod big. Oh,
wow.
But it's a pendant. And I'm fairly certain that Boo knows this. I saw Boo do a map check earlier. So
yeah,
that's questionable of worth. I mean, but with 4, but Pod is full. Well,
not quite, but
Pod is 95% clearable at this point, except for the boss and the last check.
And one thing I was going to say with pod is efficiency. When you go in there, like I said, almost always you end up double dipping it. However, with that big key in hand, you can make sure to clear the entire back area. That way, if you ever have to come back to pod, you know, the only thing you might have to do is go to Helma or check the big key chest. And those too long to do if you're just coming in there for like a last minute check.
Pod itself isn't that bad, especially if you have the front door open. To just get back to Helma. It's really not that bad.
Exactly. But what's annoying to do is you go into pod, you full clear the back, you hammer jump, but you don't have the big keys, so you orphan that big chest. That's when it's annoying to go back to pod.
Absolutely.
And so for Boo, having gone into Eastern and getting that pod key, if he finds pod, he's not going to have to worry about orphaning the big chest. Whereas let's say So finds pod before doing Eastern, then he's going to be forced to orphan that big chest. All right, I'm excited to see what's here. Boothisman got that quick medallion out and ready to use to open this entrance here. That was the one thing we couldn't do when we were here the first time, and now we found that quick medallion. Very curious. And did they check the vanilla desert entrance with the mirror? I know they had the mirror, but
no, So came out of it.
Oh, okay.
So knows where it is. I don't think Boo has seen it. But it was a connector that So came out of. Ooh, Hype Cave.
We have Hype Cave.
Big
with
key?
the big key too.
Eastern! Oh!
Oh, if you only done this first.
So you have to...
You have to go right back. You gotta go right back.
And another GT key. Okay, wait. So they found... Where did they find Quake? Was that in East? That wasn't in Eastern. It was...
Oh, gosh, I can't remember where Quake was.
It wasn't in Eastern.
I saw Boothisman get it, and I was gonna make a note about it, but then something else came up. I can't remember.
Our tracker telling us that the Desert Palace entrance is... Was it Stumpy? Ah, okay.
Right, yeah, because So has not gone to the South Dark World loop. He took the path going up to School Lloyd's and this northern route. So he does not have the Quake yet. But that could be bad for Boothisman because So could easily find that Quake and decide to go check that, get the Eastern Palace big key, and not have to double dip Eastern.
Hookshot Cave?
Yeah, Boo, I think checked.
Have we checked that?
Yeah. The bonk chest, he checked it, and it wasn't anything important.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Boo does not have... There he is. There's the magic. There we go. Just get that magic up there in the top left and use the King of Samaria here.
Yeah.
Is this a hover from So?
I believe so.
Hover.
I did see him practicing hovering before this, so they can...
Well, yeah, I know So can hover. I've definitely seen him do it lots of times, so he's pretty good at it.
There's one. Swamp, that's a big one. That's a big one.
And you know what's even big about that? It's locked behind the hookshot, right?
That's great.
So
that's
this
great.
gives So the knowledge that he doesn't have to go into Swamp at all until he finds the hookshot.
Yeah.
So that's really
I imagine. Come on, one more chest. You got this. But yeah, that is straight up hookshot locked. Like the whole thing, which is the bad. Is great too. And another Meyer Small. Okay. I think, is that all their Meyer Smalls now?
That might be. I know there's 3 total. I'm not sure. It says 2 down there, so I'm just gonna go with what the tracker says. But I think they have different ones from each other, so.
So, in case you missed it, that was the swamp small key in Hookshot Cave, locked behind the hookshot. So,
yeah,
we know now that don't even bother about going into a swamp before you find the hookshot.
Yeah, so SP Man, there are 5 checks in the swamp that are not locked by the hookshot. That's correct. Because that small key is locked behind the hookshot, then we know that like we shouldn't go into swamp without the hookshot because the hookshot won't be there. So if you want to save yourself a double dip of swamp, then you wait until you find the hookshot. On another note, this is good for Boothisman. So is diving Eastern Palace without the Eastern Palace big key. So he's going to get the same thing that Boo did, you know, with the big key to pod. He didn't go check that Quake entrance over in the Mire area first, so he doesn't have the big key here.
Which means we will be coming back. Decent chance that this is a crystal. Oh, Ice Palace is we already knew that was a pendant, right?
Yep, green pendant.
Is the green one. That was like the first piece of information that we found in the seed.
If we could find one more pendant, then we do have all the information we need.
This is true. Going back? No. Okay, I was like, you're here. Go check quick while you're here. You're not going to get much closer than this. If I had to check catfish, I guess.
Yeah, catfish.
So is now stepping into GT. We'll see if So decides to do the lamp. No, they still don't have lamp. No, they do have lamp. Never mind. I'm just blind. We'll see if So decides to do strats. They might decide to do the same thing that Boo did. If that is the case, then yes, they are.
Looks like it.
They are. This is I guess the endless question is just how much faster, if what's the time difference, I should say, between So's attempts and Boo's is going to determine how worth this was. We already know that it is sort of worth it. It doesn't give us anything directly, but it does give us silvers and a small key to pod. Yeah, just answering our other question earlier, it just depends on how fast So can get this done. Boothisman, I would say, didn't take that long to do it. 2 attempts isn't honestly that bad.
Yeah. And, you know, they both had a couple of different strategies here. Boothisman used the Ether Medallion here in this room, and I think got most of... Oh, that's right.
So is trying to hover. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to rely on the bomb jump necessarily here. It's still kind of hard to do with that little fireball spitting at you.
Not bad.
But he got it. Now he's just got to wait for the...
There we go. And I know we've dissed it before, but again, Boo had that shield to make that easier. So does not.
Oh, gotta be careful here. He's one hard
made it first try. Okay. I'd say so definitely did that a little bit faster, not terribly faster. Maybe what, a minute faster?
Yeah, I would say something like that. And he has the Cane of Samara here as well, with enough magic to use. So
Yeah. That pod and those silvers here. Question is, are they gonna keep going?
that is 5 small
Uh,
keys and the big key to pod for So. Yeah, I'm curious. It looks like you're
So is
continuing.
also just continuing. He's gonna go do the basement where Pooh did bail out immediately after Compass Room.
I'm surprised he didn't grab the heart that's next to the small key. But very nicely done. No worries there. Got through that real quick and easy. Well done to So on that one. And yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna see if we find anything interesting here. We have the big chest, Bob's chest, and ice armors that So can do here. We'll see if he finds anything.
Yeah, it's five more checks that Boo could have done when they were here, but decided not to.
I hope he remembers to do the big chest. I like to do it before going to ice armors, but
Go.
not even
Free
powdering
Bob.
the anti-parry. So it's just
Why
like,
would
I
you
don't
kill
care about
Bob?
health.
People who kill Bob are horrible people. Bob
But
deserves
it's
to
not
live.
killing him, it's turning Bob into a fairy that is a helpful, friendly fairy. That's a good thing, right?
Using those silvers to make very quick work of Ice Armos.
Very quick indeed. And a full heart
Ooh.
and a big.
Oh.
Mm,
Well,
It's okay.
we'll just the pin in that, and see later how this can go. Cause
Right. We still don't know for sure if that's going to be something. At the moment, it's only going to cause him to go back to it.
ooh,
Hyrule Castle's
that's not a very useful key.
No,
I
yeah,
think
we definitely
So
don't need
is
that at all.
going up. Is So climbing? So is gonna
It
climb.
looks like he didn't mirror, so this looks like the climb. Wow. Okay. Blue mail.
Like, hey,
Silvers.
with So being able to hover, is So just gonna clear Ganon's tower? I imagine we'll
think he
see. Okay, here's an actual question that I don't know the answer of too. Can you reflect the sword beams with Fighter Sword? The balls?
With Agus? Yeah, you can.
You can't. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Master
wasn't
Sword
actually
is
sure.
hard for Ganon.
Aga 2, I believe we worked out that it was Thief drop down.
Oh,
So there is
lost
one
it.
item behind Aga 2.
And with one key in hand, So we'll be able to get the mini helmet key and get all the way through the top. With hovering, he'll also be able to go ahead and get the post mini Moldorm chest, as well as defeat Aga 2 for the Lost Woods Thief item. So this is a big play to make early on. It's also pretty spicy, so I like that both of these players are making really spicy plays.
Yeah. It was Skullwood's big was
Yeah, Skullwood's big.
was in GT Base. I'm writing these down on my notes so I don't forget later.
So like in my opinion right now, the biggest thing I would be looking to try to do is check entrances and hope to find pod. Because I feel like pod, when the game gives you 5 small keys and a big key to pod, you just want to find it. Things are going to be there, right? Like that's
Pendant
what
pod.
you really want to do.
It's always sunny in Pendant Pod.
Yeah, I don't care if it's pendant or crystal. Like you need to go there. There's probably a hook shot in there, probably also a fire rod, like maybe even the hammer too. I don't know. Like it's gonna be loaded, I think.
Very
Very
nice
nicely done.
Moldorm 2 fight there. Not Moldorm.
So
Lando 2
demonstrating
fight.
why Yeah, so demonstrating why he is a in the main tournament every year and does well.
Hitting landmine with arrows is hard. It's not easy. I've tried. It's
It
very
is hard.
difficult.
And yes, Dapper Worman, that is absolutely correct. And that's one of the things I was talking about earlier. The GT climb, the very first 2 chests in Mini Helma Room are not locked behind any small keys at all. So those are actually in logic. Now afterwards, I believe it's 4 keys that technically unlocks the back logically, or the upper area. I like the TR dip from Boo. Remember when we found that Canis Maria and I was like, ooh, I think something's going to be behind that Canis Maria? This is behind Canis Maria, so I like this play. Boothisman can go all the way to the front if he decides to do so. Hammer! Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Oh, wow! Oh my word! That...
Oh no!
That is...
Boo! Boo is gonna not find that for a long time.
I mean, okay, hold on though. We know, I don't know. I think the hook shot is probably in pod. I think if Boo finds the hook shot in pod, I think he might go and do the climb.
You think so?
I think so. But yeah, the game wanted you to go to Mini Helma Room to get that hammer.
Wow, dude! Moldorm! Please!
That Moldorm was being brutal! That is the evilest Moldorm I have ever... What was that?
That was like the meanest Moldorm I have seen in a long time.
That was... Wow. Oh. And he held it together. He didn't fall at all. Wait, does he have to beat it again?
Yes.
Because he didn't get the chest, so he has to beat it again. Okay.
Yep, it respawns.
Well, maybe it'll be a little friendlier this time.
It was very unhappy to see. Oh.
And he gets it. With a small key to Castle Tower.
Wait, what?
Wait, that's the second Castle Tower key.
I thought you said we had... Okay. No, that was... Okay.
I thought we did, but I think
you have to come up here. You have to.
Yeah. You have to come up here. You have to do
this
validation chests in order to beat
Post-Moldorm 2 chest?
1. Yeah, Post-Moldorm 2 chest in order to beat Aga 1.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, not really a fast Ganon this time, huh?
No, it's really not.
Yeah. Do we know who rolled this seed? Because I'm already suspecting who did it.
It would be our race streamer Artero.
Oh, Artero. Okay, well, Artero is also notorious for rolling pretty rude seeds, so... No offense. We are who we are. You know. I like this play by Boothisman. Also going to go ahead and come back to Eastern with that big key, finish this out. You know, almost. We don't know if this is a crystal or pendant, but if it's a crystal, you have to do it anyway. If it's a pendant, well, now you have your entire crystal pendant information. So this is a really good play for knowledge, as well as it might just be required. So, and what do we have on Lost Woods? It's just 50 rupees. Okay, so we know the climb is required.
But you're not going to climb that and not do Agative.
Big key to the Tower of Hera in the big chest of Eastern Palace.
Oh, wow.
That could be important. You know, we don't have the hook shot yet, and normally we think, oh, we'll just do Hera when we can Hera pot it. But what if the hook shot's up there? Or what if the hook shot's locked behind something in Hera? And
dude, there's so many things.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Boothisman go to Hera after this. He's already done the basement. Now he has to he can get everything else in there, full clear the rest of the dungeons. So
So going back?
Yeah, he has the hammer now. He can do left side, and with
Oh,
bonking, you can get
yep.
pretty much everything here. Now, 0 keys, maybe not. I mean, he can get 1
Well, he
here.
didn't pick up this key, so
Right.
I mean,
But you
I think.
need 1 more to be able to check. You have a choice. You can check Firebar Room, or
Yeah.
you can. You can check Firebar Room, or you can save the key and go all the way to Rando Room.
Now we have a nice pink boo.
Red mail for Boo on Armos Nights. And was that 2
Lots
small
of keys.
ice palace?
Turtle
Or
Rock
no,
and Ice
it's
Palace
TPR.
small. Yeah.
Yeah, Turtle Rock and Ice Palace.
Both good keys to get.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the Ice Palace one. That just makes Ice Palace routing. Hiccups, please. That makes Ice Palace routing a lot nicer.
Yeah.
They are skipping Firebar Room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in favor of going to Rando Room, I think this makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Oh. There you go.
All right. Was Hera back here? Oh.
Hera was, yes, on the right side here. In Mire.
Yeah, Firebar chest is locked logically behind 4 keys, but we all know we only need like 2 keys.
Okay, nothing else here.
He has not done
Tile room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the only thing he's gonna leave behind in GT is that Firebar room.
So 1 more small, and that's not too far out of the way. Ooh, Desert Palace small.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Tower of Hera, we find the Desert Palace small key over on BOINGERS' side. That's what Tso stole from the back, but I don't think we saw him actually go.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that Tso just decided to pick it up just in case, but they haven't actually done it. So.
Right. And hey, we get to see another Moldorm fight.
Hopefully this one will be nicer.
Yeah.
It was such a mean.
Alright, it is now enraged. This is where it gets fun. And boothisman takes it down. No problem.
Much nicer. For a single.
A single arrow as his prize. Alright, so I guess the big thing that we found here in Hera was the Desert Palace small key. And we still don't know what's over there on that side.
Yeah, if Tso decides to check that front, it will need to come back. I mean, obviously it's a crystal, so you're gonna need to come back anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
But
and we still don't know that third pin yet. So desert could be the 3rd pin. We don't know just yet. It could be desert, could be skull, or it could be Thieves' Town. Alright, so finding that 2nd Castle Tower key on the dig game is probably pretty happy. Because now he knows he's got both of the keys. He knows one of them is on the climb. He knows it's required. So he's got to be feeling pretty good about his position, I would say. Like that hammer and the Castle Tower small key up there. You know, he got that small key also locked behind the hookshot and hookshot cave. So he's already found 2 things that are locked behind the hookshot. That gives him really good information about where the hookshot cannot be, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
And we know that swamp is a crystal, so the hook shot is definitely 100% required to beat the seed. But as far as Tso is concerned, we are missing just the hook shot and the fire rod in terms of items, as well as a sword. But then we're also missing big key to... Oh, I guess Thieves Town is a crystal. So we're missing big key to Thieves Town.
Yeah.
And depending on if Skull Woods... Oh, and Skull Woods is the crystal. That means Desert has to be the other pendant? Yeah, based on the knowledge between the two trackers, Desert Palace is our third pendant. So all that Tso is missing is the big key to Eastern and the big key to Thieves Town as far as keys are concerned. Oh, and Meyer. We don't have the big key to
Fire
Meyer.
Rod.
And yeah, what? Fire Rod, Hook Shot, Sword as far as items. And then as far as keys... Oh, wait, we don't have the big key to TR or Meyer. Or, okay, we have a lot of keys.
We have a lot of rando left to raid.
Okay, I like seeing boothisman here in Meyer. He is going to check that left side that we never got to see from Tso.
We already know what's on Post Moldorm 2 chest, and it is the second castle tower small key. So decided to go up and climb and hovered that and found that little nice bit of information.
Is boothisman skipping cutscene chest?
Which is also what Tso did.
Well,
they know
Tso
something
skipped the
that
entire left side. He didn't have the lamp.
Oh no, they're going back.
Okay, they're going back. Got it.
Just decided to do that first. Okay. Well, Tso didn't skip the entire. Tso couldn't do the left side.
Yeah, exactly.
Or at least cutscene chest, I should say, because they did do the.
No, Tso didn't. Tso didn't have the lamp, so he didn't do anything on the left side. I think they did. I don't even know if they did lobby chest, to be honest.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even know if they did lobby chest. I think they did just the right side chest. Not grabbing the cape there. Okay, I was about to say, what if you find Bumper Cave and you need it? You know, like.
That also put Spike Cave, I believe, into logic.
It does indeed. So.
Which we found super early. It was somewhere, but like Sphere 0 or Sphere 1 or something.
It was. Remember how you said it was almost vanilla? It's up on Death Mountain.
Ah, yes,
on the
right.
Yeah.
That was the almost vanilla one.
Too, because boothisman was in this area, but he didn't have to hammer, so he couldn't do this Mimic Cave, and he couldn't do hammer pegs, and we have a big key
big
locked behind the hammer that's in Mini Helma room.
Oh, you have to climb. If hook shot is on my... Oh no, I hate this already.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Ooh. Okay. If that locks hook shot, that means it's a required double climb.
Well, there are only two places locked by that big key, right? It's the big chest and Vidi itself.
Yeah. But still.
Chances are it's probably not there, but like...
No, it's not gonna be there, but... Possibility for a required double climb is just disgusting.
Beautiful, disgusting. We all have, you know, our own choice words for what this scene is. Ardorl says beautiful. My co-com Kono Tyrant says disgusting. You know, that's kind of the same word.
Tomato, you know.
Yes, best words in rando. It's probably not there, right?
Yeah. So though is gonna be going and getting their desert big.
Eastern big.
Eastern big.
And boothisman is climbing Castle Tower, so we're gonna see what that. Oh wait, he can't. This is just the second item. he doesn't have that
they're
key.
just going for getting this item here.
And it is also a big key to Swamp. Okay. Not a required big key necessarily, but still nice to have.
Especially because we know it's not. I mean, hookshot can't be in that big chest. It's not a very.
Right. No, hookshot cannot be anywhere in Swamp because we've seen we've seen both of them check the first chest, and it was not the hookshot. And then the small key is in Hookshot Cave, which is locked behind hookshot. So hookshot cannot be anywhere in Swamp. So I think if you're rooting for boothisman, we're gonna have to hope that he finds something really exciting and off the wall for either the hookshot or the fire rod or one of those required big keys. Because right now, that hammer that Tso got at the top of the climb is only gonna make, the longer it takes for Bootsman to get to that climb, the harder things are gonna get. And the hope is that the hookshot is not behind the hammer, because if it's behind that hammer, then
that is required double climb. Oh,
exactly.
Oh.
Question in chat from Plumeria Knight. How many keys are required for upstairs GT? Well, Mini Helma requires 0 small keys, just the big key. But anything past that, pre-Moldarm and post-Moldarm require 4 GT small keys, logically. So required, technically just 1, right? But logically required 4.
Which both runners have 3 GTs, so it's not like they're both gonna do it, because they're not gonna spend those keys unwisely. So they both have enough to almost full clear.
Forgot to flip the switch there in Meyer. There we go, got the switch. So yeah, we will get to see shortly if the big chest here or Vidi has anything important. So is almost certainly going to full clear this dungeon.
I mean, there's really no reason not to. You have the big key, you have Kane, you have Silvers. There's no reason not to clear this right now.
And it's a crystal, so yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, if So doesn't clear this now, there's something's wrong. Like,
yeah. Oh, and thank you for pointing that out. Meyer Big Chest was $50, so I already did that one. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, thank you, Dapper Warman and So Last Summer in chat as well. That this key logic that we're talking about here with the GT 3 and 4 keys and so on. Yeah, this is based on entrance rando. It works a little differently. Yeah, this is a good time as well to point out that we have 2 runners here, boothisman and Tso15. Definitely give the runners a follow. They're both excellent, amazing runners, both intelligent players. So and boothisman both have amazing execution, and they're putting on a good show for us today. Currently, boothisman is ahead in the crystal count department. He has 2 crystals already completed. But So does have a few more items that are really tricky locations.
Lots of knowledge.
And knowledge, yes, exactly. So definitely give them a follow. Tracking for us today, we have Dapper Wormman and Marcy. Feel free to give them a follow as well. They are keeping us on our toes. Not on our toes. They're keeping us in line here with their tracking. And as well as the commentators, we have Kono Tyran and myself. And the ALTTPR League channel as well. So Am I saying your name right? By the way, you asked me
Yes.
if mine was correct. But
Yes.
is
No.
Kono
That
Tyrant?
you are saying it correctly.
Okay. Woof. Now, does your name stand for something? Is it like a character?
Nope.
Nope.
It is a name that I made up.
Just made up. All right. Well, I like it. It's cool. It sounds like it could totally be like an anime character or something.
No. It was. So I forget.
God.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. So.
Fire Rod on Vidi. That
So
fire
to
rod.
get silvers, it wants you to climb. Oh yeah, my brain hurts.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the hammer that's in Mini Helma Room, right? Requiring the climb. In order to go do, I think it was Mimic Cave to get the Meyer Big Key. In order to go beat Vitreous to get the Fire Rod. Now we can do right side GT, which there wasn't really anything there, but the silvers were there, right? So that's technically
The silvers were there.
The
no, that was a small key to pod. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo! Boo is going up and climbing.
Looks like Boo's doing it. This
Boo
is
will
good.
be
This
getting
is
his
good.
hammer. The question is,
Now,
will Boo? Does
I
Boo
don't
know how to
think Boo
hover?
can hover, but I
Then-
do think he can bounce.
Okay, but you can't bounce and get the post-molar 2 chest.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
You have to hover to it or use the hook shot.
Oh no. This is rough.
We don't.
This
We
is
don't have. We don't have a Schrodinger's Moldor here. It can't
Schrodinger's
be
Moldor?
alive and dead.
You know what? Look, maybe somebody's discovered a way to bounce at the same time as they kill Moldorm 2. Is that a possibility? Can you do that?
I don't believe it is, but you know, live glitch finding here on stream. Let's go.
Well, this could be unfortunate for Boo because we know there's a castle tower, required castle tower key in the
I'm
post
gonna have
Moldorm
to do
chest.
this twice.
And
He's
Boo is
essentially
going
guaranteed.
Unless, if somebody knows if Boo can hover, maybe he has learned how to hover. It's been, a few months since I played with Boo, and maybe since then he has learned how to hover. I don't know. So, I will say the climb on Fighter Sword is not fun. Alright, meanwhile, we have Tso15 doing the front of Escape. We already know what's in the back. We're gonna check these chests here. I don't think Boo did this.
I don't believe we have seen this. I believe these are new checks for us. Yes, absolutely new
There's
checks
a
for us.
Did you see where this was? Because that could be one reason why Boo hasn't done it. It could be something that's locked behind the hammer or the fire rod. I
Did
didn't
not see where this was.
Okay. This seed is.
There are also
absolutely
3
perfect.
entrances
I agree.
to here. So, and we do have
Right.
this small key, so you could always come in through the back.
That's very good. Well, you can go to the back to get to Dark Cross, but I don't think you can come into the back.
We
to
have
get
the
to
small key.
front.
You can go all the way.
Well,
We found the Hyrule Castle Small.
yeah, but can you go from the back all the way to the front? I don't think
you
you
could.
can. I think.
No?
I'm gonna say I don't know. I don't
can't.
think so.
Okay,
but I
never
don't know.
mind. Don't ignore me.
Yeah.
Blocked
Okay.
door,
I thought
okay.
so. I thought there was a blocked door. I wasn't entirely sure, but yeah. I feel it's something I tried to do before and couldn't do, but that doesn't mean it's not possible, right? Just because I can't do something doesn't mean it's impossible.
The hook shot's
alright,
here on
so-
this left entrance here. Left
So
chest,
is-
there it is.
Gonna go ahead and finish Skull Woods here, which this is going to give us our final crystal pendant information.
Well, first so.
Oh wait,
We know it all.
We already know.
We already know everything, yeah.
Yeah. First, so yeah, okay, because we know desert's the other.
Oh, and Boo is confirming he does not know how to hover.
Okay,
Going to
That
have
that
to
is a
climb this
rough.
tower again.
So, and this is the downside for Boo, right? Because unfortunately for Boo, even if he like Giga Brains going back up there to get that castle tower small key, unfortunately he's already lost time by having to do the climb twice. You know what I mean? So that's the unfortunate side to this. Like that's a good, like on Fighter Sword especially, that's like 3 minutes plus. It's at least 3 minutes to do that climb. So that's the unfortunate news. But Cross Keys isn't over until it's over. There's still so much that could happen. Like we're still missing the Thieves Town big key. And like
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
so does. Go ahead.
This deed is not can definitely troll us.
Yeah. And this is another thing that Dapper is pointing out as well. Boo will be able to get the map chest here. The one that So had to skip in order to get to Rando Room. Boo doesn't have to skip it. So
yeah, they
there
didn't.
could be something here that takes so
open
a
that
long time to map through.
Do they have an extra key, or are they just different key routing? Or?
Yeah, they had more keys coming here than So did, maybe, I guess.
Because they both have 3 GT smalls, so I'm not.
Right. We know that he didn't use one to get through the upper floor, but yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm wondering where maybe So got the other key.
Oh
after
no, Boo didn't go. Didn't take right side all the way down. He didn't use that key on that door on the right side.
Correct.
That's where the extra key's coming from.
There you go. Yep. Thank you. I was starting to get like, wait, where did that key come from?
That's where this extra key has come from.
All right. Unfortunately, map chest was not something massive like a hook shot.
A few bombs.
Just a few bombs. With this fire rod, I would be considering. Oh, okay. Well, definitely want to clear Trinex, right? We have both rods. We have the Master Sword Cane, and after this, you can do the front. So yeah, this definitely a good play here from So. But when does Ice Palace become, something to do? We have Green Pin and Ice Palace. We have the fire rod now, as well as the hammer. So it's basically you can full clear it.
Yeah, we have the big key. We do not have.
Oh no! Oh, I forgot. So doesn't have the big key to TR. Oh no!
Oh yeah, you need that to enter. I think that's the only dungeon where the boss key actually directly locks the boss room. Like there's a few like the Eastern and Pod you needed it. No, Pod also. The key is actually on the room to the boss. Yeah.
Well, we will still get the front of TR from So with that fire rod in hand. No hook shot. Got to go around the other way. There we go. And there's the big key to Skull for Boo. I don't think So has gone back to Skull Woods. He did all of Skull Woods when he was there, except for the big chest. So it's kind of an orphan check as well. Yeah, so thank you, Arterial, for pointing out the Thieves Town big key as well as the Turtle Rock big key are the 2 crystal big keys that were missing on So's side, as well as the hook shot. So only those 3 things are technically needed for So.
Yeah.
Now, So if I were So, I'd be, curious to maybe not check some fire rod checks, because I feel like the hook shot has to be before that. You still want to check your hammer thing.
It doesn't have to be though.
It doesn't. You're absolutely right that it doesn't have to be, but it just feels like it shouldn't be, right? Like,
It feels
come on,
like
does
it,
the game
but
really
like,
expect it? Does the game really expect it?
if it's anywhere in Ice Palace, then
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. If Hookshot is in Ice Palace, this seed hard requires.
logically requires,
Yeah.
not hard.
Logically. Yeah, logically.
Obviously
requires,
not hard requires.
Obviously
because
not hard
Tso's
requires.
gonna
'Cause
avoid
Tso
it.
didn't. Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay, well, Boo.
yeah,
No, get the cape, Boo.
Boo.
No, what?
Boo.
The cape, Boo. What if you need it? Boo. Maybe he found Bumper already. Maybe we already found both ends of
Okay,
Bumper.
but
And
Spike Rock, Spike Cave.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they both have found Spike Caves, so maybe he'll like remember that and be like, okay, yeah, I better go get it. Or not. Nope. He says, nah, I don't need that cape ever.
Nope, not needed here. But Tso's gonna go in and finish up Eastern Palace. They're kind of in dungeon clearing mode at this point. Can't blame them. You know, go finish all the dungeons that you can do. Because who knows? Maybe you'll run across those items that you need. I would like to see him go into Ice Palace. I mean, after this, though. I would like to see that.
Well, Boo doesn't have that option.
No.
Not yeah. I think he will go clear Mire though soon.
Boo can go into Ice Palace.
He doesn't have Bombos or Fire Rod.
Right. He'll get Fire Rod here.
Yeah, he's going to Mire now, so he'll get the Fire Rod. So yeah.
That's fine. Although now, so we'll probably go into Tower Hera before going to Ice Palace. Wouldn't be
I would think so. Now, did Tso never find the Tower Hera Small? Where did boothisman get it? I mean, there wasn't really anything there, but
I don't know. I missed where they. No, Boo has it. Boo's got the tower.
Yeah, I know.
The
Boo has it and check the basement. I'm saying Tso. It doesn't show.
Oh,
this
Tso doesn't have. I don't remember where that was.
And we have RetroLink89 raiding with a party of 10. Thank you so much, RetroLink89, and welcome raiders. We have Tso15 versus boothisman. Tso representing the Boingers, and boothisman representing Spoiler Luck. Going at it today, this is their second match of the week. Both of them are tied with 21 points for second place in their division, which I believe was the Thievestown division, maybe? And giving us a good show to catch you up on things. The biggest things to note, we had a required GT climb for the Hammer and Mini Helmet Room, but behind that, there's also a Castle Tower key post Moldorm 2. And unfortunately, so far, it's been required to climb without the hookshot. So Tso has the key, boothisman does not.
And so finding another castle or Ganon Tower key has decided to immediately come back and check the one.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. You don't want to like leave this behind in case it was like that is one of the few locations on the left side that isn't actually locked by the hookshot. You can bonk all the way here, and that is actually in logic. So it is 4-key logic, but it's also not hookshot locked.
Making quick work of video with those silvers that we found in Ganon's tower. And here's Tso gonna, finish off the castle tower, the required castle tower. There's the Tower of Hierarchy. That's where it was.
That's where it was. Okay. I expect Tso to full clear Castle Tower. I don't see why he would just check the couple.
No, there's no reason not to. You have both keys. You know it's required for the Ganon drop down.
So the big questions we have today: where in the world is this hookshot?
Uh,
we have ideas of where it can't be. Do we think it's an ice palace?
I want it to be an ice palace so bad.
I do too. I mean, I honestly think, you know, that, well, I don't know. I don't want it to be an ice palace. I take that back. Unless there is a Bombos available somewhere. I don't want
We
the
know
seat
where
to
the
be so bad.
yeah. Bombos will be an ice palace too. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. If Bombos and Hookshot are both in Ice Palace, then we know that it's locked behind the fire rod, which is locked behind the hammer, which is on the GT climb. Oh.
We also know that Swamp cannot have Hookshot. Chad is asking, or suggesting that possibility. Hookshot Cave as the Swamp small key.
Yeah, correct.
So it can't be in It can't be in Swamp.
Yeah. Hookshot cannot be in Swamp. That is
So hovered to get that small Hookshot small, or the Swamp small, so it can't be there.
You know, you said Hookshot Small, and I kind of like that name for it. I might, you know, I think I might start referring to the Swamp Small as the Hookshot Small.
The Hookshot small, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, how many blue balls do you think we're gonna see today?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna go with 4 today. How about you? What do you think?
With how disgusting that this seed has been, I'm gonna go with a good old 6.
Ooh, 6.
I think it's gonna be real mean.
I still am waiting to see that famous 15. I think the biggest I've seen was like 9.
That's like asking to win the lottery. Come on.
I mean, it is, but
2.
All right, well, we know it can't be 16 already because we're 2 and 2. 2 blue balls, 2 regulars. For it to be 15, it has to be a regular ball on the first one and 3 blue balls followed for every single cycle.
Every single segment, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Did that count?
I don't know if that counted. 3?
All right, I think we're at 3 for 3, but we could be at 2-3. Or not 3 for 3, but
4.
4. All right. If no more blue balls, then I got it. If we get 2 more, then you got it. While So is doing the Aga fight here,
that was the guaranteed orange one. Yep. 4 it is.
4. All right. Boo is just following in the same footsteps that So did just a little while ago. You got that fire rod, go clear Skull Woods, things like that. Oh, what was here?
Desert.
Oh, we still haven't checked the right side of desert. Where was that desert?
Which I think So just realized that he hasn't done yet. No?
Oh, changing his mind, debating whether or not he wants to check that right side of desert.
He went in and out a few times, so he was thinking about it.
He was. I definitely want to see somebody do it. I kind of wanted So to do it right there, but he decided better not to in case he has to go beat the desert. But boothisman actually has the small key.
Yeah.
And that is something I probably would have checked before the climb. You know, like the small key to desert right side.
That would have been breaking logic, whereas the GT was actually in logic.
Well, but not for Boothisman. Boothisman he actually found the Desert Palace small key. I think it was here in Hera.
Oh, for Boo. Oh, yeah, for Boo.
Yeah. So is gonna find it here soon. I think it was either the big chest. I think it was the big chest.
Was it the big chest? It was somewhere in here. I'm fairly certain.
It was here, yeah, but I don't remember if it was big chest or the other one in that room.
Which, I mean, you know, maybe this will lead So back into desert. Have we seen that right side yet?
Oh, according to Dapper Wormman, right side desert wasn't anything anyway. So
we already saw it. Okay.
Check it.
There it is. Yep.
Hey, Ice Rock Cave with a full heart. So I don't know. I would be concerned about going into Ice Palace, considering the chain to get that fire rod. I think I probably still would do it, but I wouldn't be expecting the hook shot in there. I would be expecting
But it's
keys.
totally
I'd be
be in there
expecting a key
logically.
Huh?
There's no difference if put hammers the top of GT or hammers right somewhere else.
I know.
The chances are the same.
I know. I'm not saying the chances are lower or anything like that. I just personally would only be expecting keys in there. Like, oh, maybe we'll find a big key to Thieves Town, or something along those lines. Not saying that it can't happen. Not saying that the chances are higher or lower or anything like that. But I maybe I'm too optimistic. Maybe I have like this dream of the world and how life should be, and that things aren't always evil.
He has already proven that to be wrong.
That's fair.
Having a Castle Tower key post Moldorm 2 is already mean. Like there's.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So having a little trouble setting up this here. Got it the second time. And ooh, we know that nothing's here in Hair Basement, so this is just a nice little coffee break, bathroom break for So. Did Boo? I think he maybe just mismarked where Main. Yeah, okay. He's going to Turtle Rock Main. Gonna check these 3 items over here. So we're in approximately the same position for both runners, with only one big glaring difference, and that being that Castle Tower small key.
Huge difference, considering the fact that this Castle Tower small key is in post Moldorm 2 chest.
Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna have to climb the tower second time?
Yeah, Spike Cave is starting to get a little suspicious too. I mean, that's also behind the hammer, but the things that are behind the hammer at this
unless
point,
we can find the blue cane somewhere, it's behind the hammer.
Right. Well, but
or
even
another
then,
bottle?
it's behind the hammer.
Is it? I don't know.
Well, no matter what, it's behind the hammer because you need the hammer to to get in there. Yeah.
I was thinking hammer pegs because that's where the cape was that Boo skipped, but you're right. There's pegs in the front of it.
But in terms of dungeons, we haven't found Pod, right? That's another one that's
no, we haven't found Pod yet.
With the seed is giving us like 1 billion Pod keys. We have, gosh, do you think it's its back entrance of Skull?
It could be.
If so, that's still locked behind the fire rod, though.
And there's also Ice Palace, which is just south of where So is. Both of them are, actually.
Yeah, they're both in Skull Woods here. Going to the back, it seems. I'm so gonna go ahead and stop and check this first. Small key to
Ice Palace.
That is interesting. The second small key to Ice is locked behind the fire rod. Well, that's not that interesting. I mean, Ice is locked behind the fire rod, apparently. Anyway.
Yeah, it's already... Yeah. It was just...
That's just doubly locking it behind the fire rod.
Possibly, I don't know. Ice Palace key logic confuses me, and I ignore that it exists, as most people do.
Ice Palace key logic is definitely confusing.
It's more confusing than Pod key logic.
Yeah.
And GG key logic.
Less confusing in keys modes, because most of the time you just get the keys before you go there.
But here we are going into Ice Palace.
All right.
Yeah, here's the question. Does So know where Ice Palace is? Has So seen this?
Yeah, he found it. Okay. But despite So having the fire rod before boothisman, we see that boothisman is actually going into Ice first. So boothisman is saying, yep, no, this seed is absolutely just evil, and there's going to be stuff behind this.
It wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah. So, nicely done by boothisman. By opting to go here. Let's see what we find.
It's just that Boo doesn't quite know how much it wants the world to burn.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Boo's in for a third awakening when he realizes he's got to do the GT climb, which is most likely going to be literally the last location that Boo checks. I would not be surprised if that is 100% like the last location that was checked.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised there either. So taking that portal over by Catfish to get to Dark Shopping Mall. I think we saw Boo already do this over here.
I believe we have seen it. I don't remember there being anything here of note. There's the blue cane.
Well, there's the blue cane. All right, so skipping the cape isn't going to necessarily burn Boo unless bumper cave connector is something. I don't know. And a tempered sword now.
That's nice.
Helpful. And yeah, that's a good point from Top Life as well. There's no big key to Ice Palace, and Boo did not flip the switch. So either Boo is not expecting to finish this dungeon, or he's hoping to find the big key here.
Oh, well, I guess, does Boo know that it's a... no, it's a pendant.
Yeah, Boo does. They both know it's the green pendant. They both talk to Saha, so they do know that.
Okay, so yeah, if it's a green pendant, I understand. I guess it makes sense that he might not want to clear it.
Oh, here's that Spy Cave play from Tso.
Hook shot.
Does he have a fairy, or did he just forget to...
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay, he does.
Both checking places that are locked behind...
What is this? What is this?
Okay, so chat, if you don't know why we're just hysterically laughing, that hookshot is locked behind the fire rod, which is in Misery Mire, which is locked behind the hammer from the top of GT, which has a second check, which is also the Post Moldorm 2 check, which has the Castle Tower. Logically, this seed wants you to climb Ganon's Tower, get the hook shot, or get the hammer, go to Mire, or go to somewhere, I forget where it was. Where was the Mire big? Mimic Cave,
which was
Mimic Cave had the Mire big. To go to Mire, beat Viddy, get the hammer, or get the fire rod, go to Ice to get the hook shot, to then go back up GT and get your second Aga Tower small key so you can beat Ganon. This is a logically required double climb of GT in a fast Ganon entrance seed.
Yeah, this is rough. This is absolutely rough. I mean, good on BOINGERS for, following that, going to Ice Palace, getting that hook shot. I suspect we'll see a Swamp Palace here from him. He just found that small key in Hookshot Cave. So he'll probably full clear Swamp Palace. I'm sure hoping to get Go mode here, but unfortunately we know that the Castle Tower key is not here.
Okay, you say Go mode. We still need the Desert Palace and Thieves Town big keys.
Not Desert Palace. We just
not Desert.
Thieves Town and Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock and Thieves Town big keys. So we're still missing 2 big keys.
Right. I mean, but that's it. That's, for BOINGERS, it's 2 big keys and the Castle Tower small. That's it.
So we are still not in Go mode, or even really close to it. We still need those 2 big keys to be able to finish this.
Right, but Swamp is a 10-item dungeon, right? It's not unreasonable to find at least one of those big keys
Possibly
here, right?
both.
And then that opens Thieves Town, which opens 4 more chats. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of saying the hope is, I found everything that was tricky, and now everything is just going to be in my path. That's kind of what you're hoping for. You're 2 hours into this seed, right? At this point, you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's already getting to the 2-hour mark. My opponent's not done. I just found this. Hopefully everything's just in my path. I don't want to go do anything that's too ridiculous and out of the way. So what I'm trying to say is it makes perfect sense that Boo is just going straight for Swamp here.
Oh yeah, no, I agree, especially with this being a required dungeon. This is absolutely the play.
Now, it is more efficient to do the left side of swamp before going to the back if you end up having to do left side swamp. So Boo is saying, look, I'm 3 items from go mode. Chances are all 3 items are not in the back of swamp. Let's go ahead and do left side first. I think this makes perfect sense. I like the play.
At least we get to see nice diver down strats here.
Very nicely done by boothisman. So the longer it takes So to go to Ice Palace, the better it is for boothisman. Because what I think So is doing here is I think he's looking for Pod. He's checking mostly
Pod is also a pendant. So there's really no reason to look for Pod over going to a known Ice Palace.
I mean, we know the game gave us 5 small keys, the big key. So it's 14, it's 13 items. 14. You can full clear Pod, so that's 14 items. Oh, big key 2, Thieves Town. Here in left side swamp.
And another GT. There's our logical access to
You have got to know
GT
that.
stuff.
You've got to know that boothisman was thinking in his head, small key? Oh my gosh, please be Castle Tower.
Oh, right? Every small key now is just like Castle Tower? No. Castle Tower? No. Castle Tower?
Yeah.
No.
So, did boothisman find Thieves Town? I know that So did. I can't remember.
I believe so.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a bow in there, I think, or something. I don't remember. But, so I suspect Boo will go directly to Thieves Town after this.
Absolutely. Finish full clearing that.
Yeah.
We are now a Total Rock big key away from no mode.
Yes. Turtle Rock big key. And we know where it all is. So and that's what I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if the Turtle Rock big key is either here in Swamp or in Thieves. Oh gosh, not a book. Oh gosh, no.
On a tablet somewhere.
Please, no. And the bad thing about the book here is they've already both been to the Skullwoods area and full cleared that area. So nobody wants to go over there to check Pet at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
or Pet. Oh no. Oh hey. Okay, Pet. Let's look here. Pod? Ice Palace? Oh god.
And desert. Yeah.
I don't want to think about this. Look, yeah. I know I said that this seed just really, really wants the world to burn. No. Just no. I'm not even gonna say it. No.
Yeah,
just
okay.
No.
All right. I agree with the no. Like I said before, I am an optimistic, hopeful soul, and I hope for their sake that Pet isn't involved.
There's no way it wants to watch the world burn that much.
I hope you're right, because it's already caused a lot of burning. And yes, Plumeria Knight is absolutely correct. Pet is still very far from logical. We have not even found Pod. For all we know, Pod could be GT entrance. I mean, like, it isn't, but it could be. More likely... Oh gosh, what if Pod is Pyramid Fairy? No, it can't be, because the TR big. So, well, it could be, but the TRB wouldn't be in there.
Yeah, it could be, but then it wouldn't work for Ped logic.
Yeah. So at this point, we know we don't need to check Pyramid Fairy, because Turtle Rock Big is all we're looking for.
Yeah, it can't be in there, so. Pyramid Fairy is dead. Sorry, chat. It is. But Boo is just taking that book and checking this tablet. I'm sure he's hoping to see a nice small key. That's not the one he wants.
That's
actually,
good.
That's not a bad one to get.
Town.
That's
yeah,
actually a really good one to get.
So
Actually, right? I'm sorry. That's a great spot for that key.
It is, and that's what I was gonna say is, let's say this could be Boo's saving grace. Like, let's say the big chest of Thieves Town has the Turtle Rock big key. If it does, and So does not check that Bombos medallion first, So is going to orphan that big chest. It's not as scary of an orphan to go back to than the GT climb.
Oh yeah,
but it is still an orphan that you practically last locate, right? So, you know, if you're a fan of boothisman and you're wanting him to win this, then you're hoping that there's something in that big chest and that So doesn't check Bombo's tablet. Or maybe So skips left side swamp. That's another possible thing, right?
So
yeah.
but now the difference here, So is going to continue here and beat Ice Palace. I don't think that Boo did.
No, Boo did not. He didn't flip the switch. I think he realized that after getting to this hook shot here and was like, you know what? I'm not going to go any further. I didn't flip the switch. It's kind of a pain to try to do anything about it later. So he just said, nah, I'm out of here. I'm going to follow this to Swamp and go from there. So, on the other hand, did flip the switch, has everything ready, and is going to beat the dungeon. And now, this gives So 2 more items where the Turtle Rock big key could be. And if the Turtle Rock big key is here, either here or on Saha, that is really looking bad for boothisman.
It's looking even worse.
So far,
not there.
Nothing there.
Oh, that is a good point. We are still missing a check in Ice Palace. So only had 7 of 8 there.
Yeah, the big chest. Neither of them have found the big
the big chest, right.
Oh my gosh. Big key to Turtle Rock in the Thieves Town. Whoa. Okay, I'm not psychic, I promise.
Okay, so we are in no mode.
We are in no mode, but this is just like what I said. If So skips Bombo's tablet before going to Thieves Town, then he's going to miss that Turtle Rock big key.
I don't think he would. I'd like to imagine that he would. Wouldn't?
I mean, for him, that's 1 key from Go. Like, he's 1 item from Go. He has the Castle Tower Swamp key, right? He's not looking for that.
Yeah, but you're 1 item from Go. You don't skip anything.
I mean, okay. So, okay, he's going to skip left side swamp here, at least at first, right? Because the way you do it when you're 1 item from Go is you do the back of swamp, and then if you still haven't found it, you go back.
So is 2 items from Go.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he needs Thieves Town and Turtle Rock.
And we know that Thieves Town one is here in left side swamp. So yeah. He might still do the left side first. It's one of those things when you're sometimes 2 items from Go mode, people sometimes will skip left side swamp and come back in and get it later. So he might do it that way in that order. I'm not sure. But I suspect he will find the Thieves Town big key here. The question will then be, will he check Bombo's tablet on the way to Thieves Town? Because if he does not, then he's going to hard orphan that Turtle Rock big key. Yeah, this is a monster of a seed. And for anybody watching, Arteril is responsible for this nonsense. Alright, so he is doing left side first, so this is good for So. He will find his Thieves Town big key here. Don't hate me, Arteril. You rolled it. You can't deny it. And yes, Crescent's XG, you don't play cross keys, and you're extra glad you don't play cross keys now. I like it. Called out. Oh gosh. Pod being behind Turtle Rock Big Key for more salt and memory engagement. Yeah, that would be really bad for mostly for boothisman. If we find Pod in like the Pyramid Fairy location, boothisman is very likely to full clear Pod looking for that Castle Tower key. And if we have that scenario that I explained where So skips the Bombos tablet, So he might also do the same thing. All right, but that is crystal number 6.
Yeah.
Right?
So
yeah, crystal number 6. No, that's 7. That's crystal number 7.
Yeah, Boo has all his crystals.
Okay,
Boo is only missing that Castle Tower Small.
He just needs Castle Tower Small. Oh, this is rough. Can you imagine? Oh man, that's the worst. Being 7 crystals, but not being able to go defeat Ganon, like
in a fast Ganon
on a fast Ganon. Yeah, like that just feels awful. And it's all because of that Castle Tower Small key.
Like if you want boothisman to win, boothisman has to just like big brain this and go directly to Ganon's Tower.
Oh, right. Dapper is correct. The GT entrance could be Pod. We have 7 crystals.
This is true.
Yeah, or Pyramid.
So just picked up his book, which is going to be needed for this.
So to explain to Prism Lizard in chat, the Castle Tower small key is required. You need 2 small keys to beat Castle Tower. And since this is entrance mode, Ganon is locked behind the Lumberjack. And you need to beat Castle Tower in order to get access to that. So, yeah. But you're absolutely right. Going back to your point there, Kono Tyron, you're absolutely right. If you are cheering for boothisman today, you want him to big brain going back to the GT climb. Unfortunately, probably not something he wants to do, but that's where his item is. So
it's again, I said it before, and I'll say it again. That is most likely going to be the absolute last location that he will check.
It's certainly not tempting. I mean, okay, to his, benefit, I guess, it isn't just one item up there, right? We know that Lost Woods Thief is also behind the climb, so it's not that much better.
2. Second to last
check.
It's not
that much better, but it's still, it's a little better. Oh, that's interesting.
It can't be the actual last. What was it?
Oh, it was the Old Man Rescue. That's kind of okay. This looks like a Bombos tablet check from So. You wouldn't go to you wouldn't go this way if you're not checking Bombos. So
at this point, I like So is doing everything he needs to do to finish this up.
Yeah. So boothisman needs to go to GT like now if he wants to have a shot, because this is going to give So go mode. He still has to do the Thieves Town dungeon, right? And then he still has to go beat Turtle Rock. So if you want boothisman, if you want this to be a close race, then boothisman needs to hurry to GT.
I don't see it happening. Sorry.
GT is at Dark Bonk Rocks, Dark Ink House Bonk Rocks, or I guess Dapper Warman calls it Donk Rocks. I like that.
Yeah. But again, there's 2 items there, and they are very, very long check items.
So getting a nice harmful Hellway dash there in Thieves Town. Boo showing off that we don't need any kind of safety to get through Spike Cave. You could just have 18 hearts.
You can just... That is a valid method, I guess.
Or 17, sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, Chad, I think you are correct. It's it's not looking like it's something that this would be a really difficult decision to say I'm going back up the GT climb before looking for something like pod. You know what I
It's
mean?
yeah, it's not.
But well, hold on, is this what is Boo going? This is GT.
Wait, what?
Boo is going to GT.
Ooh,
This is good. He's
this
going
is
back up. He's
real
making
good.
the play. Big brain Boo. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is still a race. I mean, the climb isn't that bad. Boo. Okay, it just froze for a minute. So is going to be in go mode here soon, but he still has to finish Thieves Town, and then he still has to finish Turtle Rock.
Which Turtle Rock is very quick.
Turtle Rock is quick.
Very quick.
But the climb on Gold Sword and Silver Arrows is not that bad. And he doesn't have to go all the way up. He just has to get to Post Moldorm 2, which is almost all the way up.
That's like, oh, you don't have to go all the way there. Just 95% of the way there.
Yeah. Look, okay. I mean, what I'm saying is, this is what, a couple minutes, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very good point. I totally forgot. From M. Wolvie in chat, Boo hasn't actually done Castle Tower yet, so even though this is a massive play from boothisman,
he still has to go do Castle Tower, and then GT. Oh, okay, that means that actually this puts So a little bit in a better spot. Because now So just has to go and beat TR, which is he's got the entrance right to the back.
Yeah, and this is something that Dapper Warman in chat saying, imagine getting 6 pod small keys and nothing is there. Like this whole time, I would have been searching so hard for pod.
And the big key, you have everything you could want for pod, and then you just never find the entrance.
Not find anything there. I know. Like, what is that? I bet the Ice Palace big key is in there or something silly. Desert Palace big. I bet it puts pet in logic. I don't know. All right, this is it. This is So going to the back of TR here to beat Trinex. This Wizrobe giving a little trouble.
Taking a little bit of trouble there.
And yeah, I was gonna say Boo does have the gold sword, but I mean, Tempered Sword Silver's Ganon is not.
No, it's
something that it's
not that much different.
Yeah. This is one of those few times where hovering really kind of paid off here. It doesn't happen very often, but it can happen. So this is one of those examples. Oh, well, there's the butter sword anyway. So Moldorm being rude. All right, but that is a full go mode and 7 crystals for So. All he has to do now is go open up that lumberjack and fight Ganon.
Boo, this man still has to grab this key and then do that. I get one yap.
All right, Boo is officially in go mode at 2:18:10. And is doing the Aga climb, which is, nicely located right here, but ow.
Nice dash strats here for phase 2 of Ganon. Makes very quick work of it. Moving into phase 3 here. And we'll start his angry temper tantrum stops. Boo is climbing that castle tower. Climbing that castle tower to finish off Aga 1. Lots of teleports here. One silver gets the torch glitch. There's a 2 hit, one more silver hit, and so we'll finish this up. Get your GGs in chat. As So finishes this absolute dumpster fire of a seed in official time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 4 seconds. Meanwhile, Boo is just heading into the Aga 1 fight that will be required to unlock that Thieves Town, or Lumberjack drop down. And if I recall correctly, there was 4 blue balls, so it's not that bad of a fight. First 2 already having happened. Third one. There should be one more blue ball, or that was the 4th one. I don't remember. There's the 4th one. That was just a piece of heart. Sorry, Chad. And Boo This Man takes down Aghanim 1. Lands on this pyramid, but very close. Just needs to head back over to the Lumberjack, and they will be very, not that long, not that far behind So. But with that win on So's side, that will bring the Boing Boing Boingers up to 24 points, which I believe puts them in a tie with the leader. Rage again, yeah, Rage against the Bannettes now, both of them at 24 points. Has Rage? Rage has also done one of their cross keys C runs this week. Has not done the other one, so they're pretty much same number of games. Which basically means that Boing Boing Boingers are now tied for first place in the Thieves Town division. With only a week and a half left, this puts them in a pretty good spot. The top 2 teams will be able to head up to the host game for Open League. But Boo This Man is on to phase 3 now. The very much large teleporting Ganon fight. So many teleports. So mean. As for I was going to be heading into the PT restream, the Portuguese restream. Should be joining us after he's done there. So stick around if you want to get it in a few words and see what's on those mind about this seed. Um, but hopefully, Boo will be able to join us here shortly. There's 2 hits, another hit, and Boo this man takes down the pig. Let's pull up their room here. Their official race time will be 24 minutes or 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 21 seconds. Um, oh boy. But we are joined by Boo. Um, Hi, Boo.
Hi.
So, um, this seed was something. Required double climb of Ganon's Tower. Um, which raises a good question. You actually, we imagined that you would not climb Ganon's Tower again until much later. What made you decide to go back up GT rather than go look for Pod or something else to find that second Castle Tower key?
It was because the race wasn't finished yet, so I kinda did a meta read.
So did you assume that So would have hovered that the first time up?
I pretty much assumed that, yes.
'Cause that's what he did. We knew it was up there. Um, So you were the first one in GT. You went into GT. You used the lamp strats on the right side to get silvers, and then you bailed. Um, so I think went in there a few minutes after you, like 5 or 6 minutes after you did. But he did the same thing. Did the right side, but continued going all the way down to do basement, and then went and climbed, and then did left side. So did everything in GT. So we knew for a while that Couch Tower key was up there. Um, which kind of shows you that the seed is kind of a prime example of hovering gives you a very big advantage in these modes sometimes.
Yeah, that's what it is, whatever.
But still very respectable. You were what? Only about 4 minutes behind. That's not
That's
bad
that's pretty
for
much
having
one
to climb
climb, isn't
GT
it?
twice. That's that's real good. Did you have any thoughts on the seed?
You know, the bad part is I'm kinda used to these kind of seats, so
Like, I mean, aside from the whole double climb of GT, the whole ending sequence, the last few keys you needed, those all lined up very nicely.
yeah,
You
indeed
had to
it
go into
was.
Pendant Ice Palace, but that wasn't too bad. You got the thing you needed, you got out, and that kind of just set you up for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, I didn't finish Ice Palace because I didn't have the big key at the time, so I pretty much knew it could not be in logic anyway.
Yeah, you. We noticed you didn't hit the switch, and so you couldn't do it, and there wasn't anything there anyway. Um, so did end up doing that.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say, but sometimes you have to follow logic.
Oh yeah, especially like we were so sure that Pa was gonna have something because you had all 6 keys. You had the big, like very early. You got that big key to Pod. You got a few small keys, and we were just like, wow, okay, there's probably something in Pod. But I mean, I think it would. We're not
Looking
entirely
at
sure
my
where it would
map,
be, but
the only entrance
Ganon's Tower.
it could be is Ganon's Tower, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the only place it could be. And we were also that was one of the things we were concerned that you would go there and you'd be like, go climb Castle Tower, or maybe it's in Ganon's Tower, or maybe it's in Pod and Ganon's Tower. We were just hoping that you weren't gonna go do that. That was a big question though.
Now that
Um,
you mention it, I'm pretty glad that I didn't get that idea.
Yeah, because we're like, one or I guess two checks because it was Thieves drop down. So there was that one. There was two items kind of at the top of GT that you left. But other than that, like finding everything else pretty quickly. The boots were super quick. I mean, you had pseudo boots, but the game was like, "Nah, we're just gonna give you real boots real early."
Yeah, that
Early
was kind of
lamp, early
funny.
boots. Like you had a lot of nice things pretty early. Just a lot of kind of random things. Not necessarily things that would let you finish dungeons, but just kind of let you get through the overworld in weird ways.
Sure did. But of course, the game would make me climb GT twice.
Of
That's
course,
my
yeah.
absolute favorite of all time.
it's it's pretty
Not.
great. Definitely. But with this, you are now. I believe that put you in. You were tied for second/third, but now you are in third for your division with 3 races left to go. But you're only one game behind the now tied for first place leaders of this division. So your team. Spoiler alert, is definitely still in this. They are. You are have a decent chance of still making it to the playoffs.
Yeah, let's see what the last week actually has to offer for us. I mean, we have to win both games. That's pretty much for sure now. And then we will have to see what the other teams do. And
Yeah,
maybe we'll even get one of those wildcards, you know?
we'll see. And we are also joined by GG's
Hello,
congrats.
GG's.
GG's.
This seed was terrible, and Joe Dwight hovering is unfair. No,
Yeah,
big advantage to anyone who can cover this seed, like letting you skip that logically required double climb of Ganon's Tower.
yeah. This was quite a seed. When I found GT, I was like, I still had like half of the map to do, but since I was with so little keys and stuff, good stuff to do,
Yeah,
I was
when you
like, yeah, keep, yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna climb because I don't quite understand all the key logic from GT, but since I had
it's
still uh a lot left in the world, I was like, maybe there's a key out there and it puts the climbing logic.
so fun
So
fun fact about that climb. Um, that climb is in logic if you have the bow, with just the big key. Like those the where you found the hammer
yeah.
in the mold worm chest, like that requires no small keys to get there. So you can
Oh
get there
yeah,
with
yeah.
just the big key. As soon as you get the big key in the bow, it's in logic.
Yeah, the next two checks that require key logics. That's right.
Yeah,
The
the post mold arm 2 requires hook shot, supposedly. And I think 4 keys. I believe anything that's not those top two, Hope Chest or the Torch, requires 4 keys. And entire room with the exception of
Are you
Maria, but
sure you don't need a small key for the Moldom chest, for pre-Moldom chest?
for pre-Moldorm you do. You need 4.
Oh,
But
okay. Yeah, okay.
for
For
the
Minihammer,
two
you don't.
the
Yeah,
two
that's right.
specifically in Mini Moldorm, you only need the big key.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I agree.
Yeah. So that hammer being up there was kind of the big wrench that the seed just kind of threw at you guys early. Um, the rest of it, well, there wasn't anything too bad other than that. You did have one required item in a pendant dungeon, Ice Palace, but it wasn't too bad. And after that, it just kind of, as I was saying, with Boo, it just kind of fell into place for the for the last 2 items that you needed, the both big keys there.
Yeah, after doing Swamp Palace, it got pretty linear, right? You get the book in Swamp, then you go check the tablet, get the Thieves Town small key, do Thieves Town, get the Turtle Rock big key, go to Turtle Rock, and you're pretty much done.
Yeah, that hammer and castle tower key placement were pretty nasty. I was afraid the biggest thing that I was afraid that the hook shot was available out there, maybe in front of swamp or in the beginning of Ice
Well,
Palace with bombos or fire rod accessible.
we never
So
found Bombos. So Bombos must have been in. I'm guessing Bombos was
It has to be in part, right?
in Pod.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
when I sequence break GT and found that Castle Tower, I was like, okay, I think I'm pretty set now, but I do need find where's the hook shot to know if the double climb was required or not.
oh yeah,
But
we
when
were
I
we
yeah
were on the edge of our stage trying to figure out like just theorizing where all the places it could be was and it would end up being required in a place that did require hammer, just in a roundabout way of Moldor, Mimic Cave, and Mire Clear. But
yeah I think big key Meyer big key was behind Hammer, right?
Mimic Cave, yeah,
Because
it was in
yeah,
Mimic
and
Cave.
so everything was locked behind Hammer,
Yeah,
and
everything was locked behind hammer at the top
yeah.
of GT. So many of these items were locked behind it, and it was like you don't typically see a required um get 2 required Ganon Tower climbs and a required Aga Tower on a fast Ganon seed. Like
Yeah. Well, when I saw that Ganon was in Lumberjack, I was like, okay, well, this is gonna be probably full clear everything because of that Castle's
yeah, it
Fall.
just kind of inherited the worst
So
bit of AD keys right
yeah,
there.
so I,
You
I I
just
was just like, let's take the time to full clear everything and make the least double dips as I can. So that's why I avoided so much ice and swamp because I didn't want to
well, we knew it couldn't
to
be in swamp because you
yeah,
found the swamp small on the
the hookshot
Hookshot
cave.
Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we knew it wasn't there. So like that was kind of off our list completely, which was nice. It was nice not having to go into swamp and know that well, I'm gonna have a hookshot here.
Sure,
Um,
for sure.
but yeah, this puts you now tied for first place in the Turtle Rock division. So this puts you in a pretty good position to be able to make it to the playoffs here.
Yeah,
Are you excited to go there?
yeah, our division is pretty stacked. I think it's way more. I think it's 4 teams that there are contender for the first two places.
Yeah. There's
So
four.
it's
There's four possible. Even after this, I think there's still possibility of 4 different teams have the ability. But you both you and Rage against the Manettes now are tied for first. Only one game out of now the second place team. Spoiler luck. So it's still anyone's season.
yeah, that's pretty exciting to have that many teams contending for playoffs. So it will make the last week pretty fun to watch the outcome. And let's see, hope for the best.
Yeah. I want to thank you all for putting on the show for us. If you have any last comments about the scene before we wrap this up, I'd love to hear them.
Just want to thank you all that put up the restream. Thanks for watching. GG's to Boo, and good luck on the next week. Hopefully we'll play again on playoffs. That's it.
Yeah, what else can I say? The seed doesn't deserve any more words, so let's skip that part. And yeah, thank you for the restream, for all the volunteers making this possible. And yeah, to you, good luck as well for the next round. And I want a rematch someday.
We can make that work.
Okay, let's see here. We don't really have too much going on right now. Looks like we have a race over on Speed Gaming 3 currently. We have Skelly versus Tito with Validation Chess Boots versus Triple Crown Fiesta over on Speed Gaming 3. So if you wanted to watch Orlando, that's pretty much all we have for the rest of, or for now, but we do have some more games later tonight. There's actually quite a few games going on later. We've got Zelda and Chill versus Always Sunny and Pennant Pod later tonight at 5:10 Eastern on it'll be on this channel. And we have Leftovers Forever versus Oops All Foxes at 8:10 over on Speed Gaming 2, and OK Game versus the Pugs over on Speed Gaming 4 at 9:10. So stick around, hang out later tonight if you guys want to do more rando. I wish you guys all a good day, and can all agree that this seed should go. Just want to watch the world burn.